Welcome back, and yes, you are still watching Unleashing Your Potential, Leadership, African Leadership and its Dilemma. What is the solution, my gentlemen in the studio? What is the solution? What can we do as individuals or as a community, as a nation, to try to change the narrative?
I'll go first. Yeah, I think he has a lot to say. I'll go first. You see, Africa's selfhood, the selfhood of every African is deeply rooted in familyhood. And the only way we get defeated, and we've been defeated over the years, is because that was taken away. Once you destroy the family structure of any people, you've destroyed those people.
The nation,
and no matter how educated we think we are, because education must start from home. There must be a base where we are coming from, where we are primarily educated. And if we don't have that, all we shall have is people that are big-headed, people that don't even know exactly where they are going with their own lives. That's why we have people that are good managers, brilliant fellows, but they're raping people. They're abusing people. These are guys that have got children whom they're not paying maintenance for, but he's a manager. He's intelligent, he's educated. Why? Because he was not educated at home. I liked it when you spoke Sutu just a while ago. I think I like that because there's a way that certain things are carried and communicated more effectively when we begin to go back to who we are. And language is critical. The language is critical. Our kids today, many of them, they are here physically, but they're in Washington or New York.
They're so true.
In their minds. There's a little child that I talk about most of the time. This child is 5 years old. She actually doesn't know what a rand is. She calls it dollars.
She's in dollars.
She has never been away from Gauteng. This child has born here, lives here. She knows dollars. She doesn't know rands. It's pathetic.
She's never even ridden a donkey to Newcastle.
She has never done anything. But what I'm saying is, it's a problem. It's a serious crisis. If we are actually, everything we are doing and using is borrowed. What I would want to see, if it was up to me, is to see media houses do much more. Because actually we need, our leaders will always fail us really, until we create leaders, bottom up. We need to create leaders from the bottom. Change mindsets at the bottom, change people's way of thinking at the grassroots. When that has been done, the guys at the top that are corrupt and that are leading us nowhere, they will realize they have no one that they are leading because things have changed. The people they're governing over have changed. So we need to change that. And all these media houses, radio stations, television stations, let's try to do something more important than just gossip.
It keeps failing us.
It's mostly about, because it's mostly about how many people, how much money they will make out of it, not so much about
the impact, the content.
Yes, the content. If you want to control a people, create a good media house that creates an escapist situation.
Sure.
Because with the media, you start influencing people.
Sure.
Because if we were to talk more about the successes that are achieved by ordinary people, if we were to go back and understand ukuthi ngize ngibe ukhumalo kunentombi yakwangwenya eyangizala kunentombi ezalwa umajobe kunentombi ezalwa kwaMiga lensizwa lena izalwa kwaMkhabela lensizwa lena it makes me now understand that I am a nation as I am.
That's so true.
How many here sihleli la abazithakazelo zabo who have taken the trouble to understand even ithakazelo yabona thina masithi umzikazi kamashoba nomzila kawulandela umulandela uzoduka nina engqhiza ngemkhonto lapha ezinye insizwa zigqhiza ngobuhlalo. There is a history to that. There is a history to that because once we begin to understand who we are, once I begin to look at the next person as my child, not the video game that I watched, I will not look at that child as a wife to sleep with. Is gone from me. Once I begin to value myself, I will not look at that person and say, loyana uphuma eKenya, loyana uphuma eZambia, loyana uphuma phi, tutula. Because once you appreciate you, once you reduce the self-hate in you,
You then
you will,
need to.
because that which you're going to hate looks like you.
Looks like you. You are hating yourself,
You're
literally.
you will get out of your house, get out of where you live, because you have the self-hate. The person who looks like you, what's the first thing you do?
Sure.
You hate them.
Sure. Wow.
It goes back home.
Oh, last remark before we wrap up.
The last remark is
Yeah.
maybe we need to understand, once again, before we were called Africa, we were called Aukebulan.
Okay.
And that literally means the mother of all mankind.
Sure.
That's what we are as Africans.
That's powerful.
And we are the birthplace of all humanity.
Ooh, I feel it.
And the world will never be fine until Africa is fine.
Wow. Before the last remark, I want to know individually.
Well, I thought that was my last remark.
Before that, I want to ask individually, what are you doing in your own space to create a better Africa?
In the space that I am, is to begin to tell that which has been hidden, which is the truth, because that is important. First, if you want to cure, to help a drug addict, he first must admit that I have a problem.
Yeah.
Then we must admit that there's a problem.
Yeah.
We are beginning to tell the story of what has gone wrong, what are the truths. Are we, as an African people, abusive? No. That's why even ngesizulu kuthiwa intandane enhle umakhothwa unina, because of the value of a woman.
Yeah.
But now we have been taught to hate you.
Yeah. Sure,
That's the teaching.
This is a teaching.
Kunosomzewu in what today is called KwaZulu Natal, who even passed a law that made children minors. With us, ngangifika ngihlale nomama ngithi manje mama sisifikile isikhathi sokulima silimani emasimini, what do we do?
Yeah.
The mother was always in charge.
Yeah.
Masifika ekhaya siyabuza uphi umama?
Yeah.
Asithi uphi ubaba.
Ubaba, yeah. Sure. Sure. In your own space.
Wow.
I lose thoughts
That's
right there.
fact, man. That's fact.
Yeah.
Yes. In my own way, and as God provides me with the strength, we are using media because for me, I've come to realize media has done too much. And I think most of the damage on the continent of Africa was not because of a bullet, it was because of a mindset that was sold to us. And what we need to do is to use media to change the mindset. And we need to sell a new mindset. And I think as much as we, rather, if we can talk about it more often, if we can talk about the change that we're talking about, these issues that we are talking about, we'll be able to achieve what we want to achieve.
This has been very short and it's been very powerful.
Short, yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the invitation.
I need to catch a breath from that because I'm asking myself a lot of questions. Am I an African enough? Am I loving myself enough? And if I really love myself enough, why do I hate on others? Why do I hate on other sisters and brothers? Maybe the problem is me. I have to fix me. I need to work with myself so that we can have a better nation out there. But it starts with as an individual. Until we meet again here on Unleashing Your Potential.